Well, good morning and welcome again, One Whole Legion, to another thrilling episode of Checkmate Bitches. This week's episode is brought to you by the world-renowned Windy Sands Resort, an experience for the elite, by the elite.
The Windy Sands Golf Course and Amusement Park is the one place you and your family can relax in luxury. Our beautiful 18-hole golf course is exquisitely kept and prepared for the upper class. You can come on business or stay with us in one of our penthouse suites with your family for an unforgettable vacation. Our state-of-the-art amusement park has been voted #1 in the country 5 years in a row by Coaster Freaks magazine. Be sure to bring your children to our exotic petting zoo where they can feed and pet our collection of crackheads that we've rounded up from around the world. At the Windy Sands, we do not settle for anything less than perfection. You will be treated like royalty, unless, of course, you are royalty, in which case you'll be treated like normal. The Windy Sands Golf Course and Amusement Park, an experience for the elite, by the elite.
And welcome back, One Whole Legion. This week we will be talking with Swamp County's own Rocco Gooch and his beautiful wife, Cherry Poppin Gooch. Rocco and Cherry are the owners of Gooches Golf Course, a staple of Swamp County. Gooches Golf Course has been providing fun and excitement for families in the Everglade area for over 30 years now. Rocco, Cherry, thank you for joining us.
And thank you, Steve. It's our pleasure. We didn't come empty-handed here. Take some Gooches Golf Course keychains. Compliments of yours truly.
Well, thank you too, I suppose. You're never short on advertising, Rocco, I'll give you that. Business always seems to be at the front of your mind.
Absolutely. When you run a business, you need to eat, sleep, and breathe that business. Especially when your business brings as much joy to the heart of the community like Gooches does. I live to make people happy.
I thought you said you live to make money.
Well, isn't she cute? Now, that's enough of that. Steve, we're just glad to be here and spend some time talking to one of Swamp County's greats.
It's my pleasure, and thank you again for being here. Hey, so let's get to it. At one time, Gooches was twice the size it is today. You had a beautiful, sprawling 36-hole golf course. Can you tell us a little bit about how your course was split in half and how Hans von Braunen and the Windy Sands Resort came to be your neighbors?
Well, you don't waste any time bringing up things we don't like to forget. It went like this. I had a weekly poker game with my employees, to give them a chance to win some extra money. I've always been an altruist. And one night while we were playing, the door opened and this awful creature of a man came walking through the door.
He was terrifying.
Enough, Sherry. I'm trying to talk. Anyway, it was Hans. He sat down and looked me in the eye. I could tell this wasn't your average businessman.
The little man he had with him was adorable.
Shut your trap. Listen, I'm telling the story. He put $1 million on the table. $1 million! He bet that million against my last 18 holes in one hand of poker. I couldn't resist, Steve. I never lose.
Yeah, that's because you cheat.
Do I have to put you outside? Now, back to it. The hand was dealt, and there it was, my straight flush. I laid my hand down, totally confident I just made the easiest $1 million of my life. And then he started to laugh. It was this long, horrible, monstrous laugh. He laid his hand down, and there it was, a royal flush. I couldn't believe my eyes. I felt sick to my stomach. Jesus, woman. So, Steve, that was that. Hans walked away with half of my course, and the Windy Sands was born.
Wow, Rocco, I can't imagine how devastating that must have been for you. I'm sorry to laugh, but, it is a little bit funny. But speaking of the Windy Sands, let's have a word from this week's sponsor, the Windy Sands Resort. What is elite? A feeling of superiority, a state of aloofness, freedom from the dirty masses, a castle, an observation tower, a Fenris wolf, a place where the poor and hungry are turned away as you would expect. It's perfection, it's opulence, it's service supplied by tamed crackheads, all included, all the time. Come be the royalty you deserve to be. Live your dream while mocking the failures of the less thans. No, like literally, next door is a cheap golf course where the less than people golf. Be elegant, be royal, be fulfilled. Welcome to the Windy Sands Resort, where you are treated like royalty. Unless you are royalty, then we say, welcome home.
What the hell is this? Some kind of boycott? Why the hell do you keep running ads for them? Are you trying to piss me off?
Whoa. Easy, Rocco, okay? This is, it's a business here, too. We take paying ads as they come.
Sure.
Windy Sands paid a lot of money for these slots this week. I mean,
I'm sure they
of
did.
money. I mean, the kind of money that, if you remember correctly in our phone call, you weren't willing to pay. It's just business.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a real slap in the face, Steve. I didn't come here to look like a fool.
Well, I can assure you we're not trying to make you look like a fool, Rocco. Not at all.
You do that just fine yourself.
Yeah, don't you have a plastic bag to be breathing in?
Plastic bags are bad for the environment.
Yeah, so is stupidity.
Okay, let's bring it back. Cherry, you've been married to Rocco for many years now. Can you tell us a little more about what he's like behind the scenes?
No, Christ.
Oh, my sweet little peppercorn. He likes to act like a big, tough business tycoon, but when it's just me and him, he's as sweet as cherry pie.
Your vomiting is becoming something of a legend on One Hole at a Time. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
I was diagnosed with self-induced psychosomatic involuntary bulimia years ago. The doctor said it was most likely from years of mixing vodka and methamphetamines. I get triggered by foods and fists. I'm pretty much used to it.
Fist?
It's hard to explain.
Rocco, I'm told that your staff is very unique. Can you tell us a little bit about how you found your employees, or maybe about how they found you?
Yeah, well, you're familiar with Buck. He basically walked into my office one day years ago and demanded a job. At that time, I was using our homeless community to maintain the grounds, trying to help the less fortunate. But Buck said he didn't care what the pay was. That made my ears perk up. He just demanded to work on the course. He has a fascination with the SkunkApe, which we all know is just a black bear. He swears there's one living here on the course. So I hired him on the spot. He's fantastic, affordable, and he's a hoot to be around. You just have to let him go on about that damn SkunkApe. It's more than a fair trade.
Well, Rocco, everyone has their opinion on the validity of maybe certain cryptids.
Sure.
Some people don't believe they exist. But here I am.
Yeah, well, that's a hell of a costume you have there, Steve. It's very lifelike.
Right. Okay, so what about Roger? Can you tell us anything about the One Hole Legion's favorite caddy, Roger Milkwater?
My boy Roger? Oh, where do I even start? Roger was sent to me like an angel. He just appeared one day out of the blue. I literally just hung up that help wanted sign a few hours before he walked into our office. He came in, he had no legal paperwork, no social security information, no ID, and had no idea what minimum wage and health insurance were about. He was perfect. And that was history. He's been with us ever since.
Well, it's about that time now for a short break with a check-in with the local news station, Newswatch 13.
Tonight, a Newswatch exclusive interview with Hans von Braunen, owner of the Windy Sands Resort.
Mr. Van Braunen, how do you explain the massive success of the Windy Sands Resort?
There is a group of people who desire only the best, absolute perfection. There are people of an elite group where money is no object. Those people deserve an experience beyond your wildest dreams. They deserve a place they can go with their family away from the disease known as the middle class. The Windy Sands is that place where one can experience what it means to be royalty. A place where royalty can go to be treated with the respect and admiration that they command. We spit on anything less. Tune in tonight at 11 for this and more. BMTV, your local Newswatch station. This is ridiculous. If I have to hear one more goddamn thing about the Windy Sands, this interview is over, and you can expect to hear from my lawyer.
Okay. Well, settle down, Mr. Gooch. Like I said, none of this is intended to upset you. It's just how the cards fell for this week.
Yeah, calm down, sweetie.
Calm down. Whose side are you on here? I would not put my fist in any of this.
All right, guys, let's wrap this up. What would you like to say to the One Hole Legion and the million of other listeners out there as to what to expect out of the upcoming season of One Hole at a Time?
If you want to have some real family fun without breaking the bank, you'll come to Gooch's golf course. You'll see plain as day this season that Gooches is the only place in the Everglade area that you can bring your family for a great day of memories and laughs. I guarantee you'll completely agree with me when you see just how great Gooches is. Places like the Windy Sands come and go, but Gooches is here to stay. You can put your fist in that.
Well, there you have it, Legion. Rocco and Cherry Poppin' Gooch.
Thank you, Steve.
Look for them and all the other
right.
great actors on the upcoming season of One Hole at a Time. I'm Steve the Wizard, and this has been another amazing episode of Checkmate Bitches. Until next time, like I always say, checkmate, bitches.